Hey guys, I just wanted to share a thought that came across me right now about how I love the storm. It's storming, right in between the rain right now, but I don't care. I'll run out here in the rain. It's beautiful. I just love storms. And I was just thinking, why do I love storms? Whether it's a rainstorm, snowstorm, big waves, current, riptides. Why do I love it so much? I can only go back to, well, I'm always like, I'm an adrenaline junkie, right? I think I grew up just loving the adrenals from being on a bike and skateboard, but not until I went to that had nothing to do with the storm weather, until I went to live in Mammoth Mountain ski resort town, right, in California. And when the storm came, everybody was so excited because that means here comes the snow. Powder, baby. And that's the best skiing, right? It's the most fun, laying first tracks, just going big, jumping off cliffs, doing shit you cannot do without the storm. Without the fresh powder, and it's just it's just so dynamic and dramatic and is exciting, right? And I'm looking at that, coming out of for traumatic brain injury survivors, we have a very traumatic and dramatic and dynamic injury. The recovery is very dynamic, because when you have a traumatic brain injury, there's everything goes wrong. All kinds of things go wrong in your system. The motherboard is damaged, Scotty, and we need to fix the motherboard. And there's all kinds of shit going sideways in our body and our mind when we have a traumatic brain injury. But I think it's important, looking back at me being excited about the storm and focusing on the skiing, something that I was passionate about, and which drove me out of my, rehab, coming out of a coma, and gave me the motivation to get my life back in order, to get back on the mountain, because I couldn't wait to catch the next storm. And through the storm is where you learn how to adapt, acclimate to what's going on. And it is exciting. It can be scary, but I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy, but I love going fast. I love jumping off cliffs. I love jumping out of a plane. It wasn't no thing but a chicken wing the first time I jumped out of a plane. It was, maybe I got acclimated from jumping off cliffs on skis, and it was everything I thought it would be. And, that's one thing I thought I'd do more of, but maybe late, I still got a lot of time to do that. Anyhow, I digress. As far as loving the storm for traumatic brain injury survivors, instead of looking at the storm, look through it. The challenges are, instead of focusing on the challenge and the storm, look at what you want to do regardless of the storm, or because of the storm. I guess the storm, makes things more challenging, but it also makes it more exciting. So reframing what a storm is to you, I think is important. A storm is a sign of change, and it is exciting. It can be overwhelming. It can be dangerous, right? Storms can be dangerous. But in my mind, I just focused on, when it came to the storm, let's say, and even through my traumatic brain injury recovery, it was all about doing what I loved to do and just going through the storm. And, it was dynamic. I didn't know what I was doing other than doing what I had to do to get back on the mountain. So I had to, reach out to my people, figure out how I was going to get back up on the mountain, a place to live, basically through my network. It took a village, so connections, community, huge. So, TBI survivors, do not isolate. Isolate is it's good for resting, your intermittent isolation is okay for recharging your battery, your mental battery, your body, let your body heal. But you need to, get back into a community, have your close, who's in your corner, have your reach out. And if you don't have any family at home that's supporting you, or if you don't have caregivers that are, I pray that you do. But sometimes family isn't there the way you want it, and you got to reach out to other communities, so TBI communities, which there's several out there. I'm part of many. I participate in many, and I reach out, and I kind of help give hope, in those groups. But I will be creating a TBI community of my own here pretty soon, once I get this program launched that I'm working on right now. But so make the journey through the storm exciting by focusing on really identifying what your passion is. What do you want to do? How do you want to be? How do you want to feel? Focus on that, even though you're not in the place to do it. Like when I couldn't walk a straight line, I could barely walk, but I wanted to get back on skis. I envisioned it, just envision what you want to do, write it down, and just, align yourself with the people that are going to be in your corner. And if you don't know how to do that, what to do, what to focus on, that's what I'm going to help people with, is identifying what's going to help, what's not going to help, because I learned a lot about that too. So anyhow, I don't want to ramble too much longer here. It's a long video now already, but I just wanted to take the moment to share with other traumatic brain injury survivors, and other people too. Like, what is your passion? What are you trying to accomplish? We're going to have challenges, storms in front of us throughout our whole lives. They're going to come and go, right? It's a matter of staying locked in to how we want to live, what we want to go after, what we want to accomplish, and keep plowing through the snow, keep going through the rain, keep plowing through the brick wall that's in front of you. Climb it, break it down, step over it, jump over it, catapult over it. It's not always about, doing the best you can. It's doing what you have to do, and doing what it takes, right? And you need leverage, community. So if you're not following me now, plug in, follow me on whatever channel, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or wherever you find me. Just start following me, because something's coming, and I want to help. And because I've learned a lot, and I know millions of people are struggling. 1.7 million people just in the United States suffer a traumatic brain injury every year. It's just never ending, and people need help, and they need guidance, and they need hope. So follow me, and we got to rewire, we got to reclaim, we got to rebuild. Let's do it.